Yes. Surface temperature differences in turn cause pressure differences. Higher altitudes are cooler than lower altitudes, as most atmospheric heating is due to contact with the Earth's surface, while losses to space are mostly constant. So, weather forecasting is an application of science and technology to predict the state of atmosphere for a future time and the given location. Earth's weather system is as a result, small changes to one part of the system can grow to have large effects on the system as a whole. So, human attempts to control the weather have occurred throughout history, and there is evidence that human activities such as agriculture and industry have modified weather patterns. Studying how the weathers work on other planets has been helpful in understanding how weather works on Earth. So, a famous landmark in the solar system, Jupiter's Great Red Spot, is an anticyclone storm known to have existed for at least 300 years. Uh, however, the weather is not limited to planetary bodies. A star's corona is constantly being lost to space, creating what is essentially a very thin atmosphere throughout the solar system. The movement of mass ejected from the sun is known as the solar wind. So the main question or the question which is generally asked here, that is, what is the difference between weather and climate? So we hear about weather and climate all of the time. Most of us check the local weather forecast to plan our days, and climate changes is certainly a hot topic in the news. There is, however, still a lot of confusion over the differences between the two. Think, think about in this way: climate is what you expect, weather is what you get. So, weather is what you see outside on any particular day. So, for example, it may be 75 degrees and sunny, or it could be 20-degree with heavy snow. So that's the weather. Climate is the average of that weather. For example, you can expect snow in the northeast in January, or for it to be hot or humid in the southeast in July. This is climate. The climate record also include extreme values such as record high temperature or record amount of rainfall. If you ever heard your local weather person say, today we hit a high record high for this day, she is talking about climate record. uh, when we are talking about climate change, we are talking about changes in long term averages of daily weather. In most places, weather can change for minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, and season to season. So, climate, however, is the average of weather over time and space. Now, we are moving to our next topic, that is monsoon. So, a monsoon is a traditionally a seasonal reversing wind accompanied by corresponding changes in precipitation. Uh, but is now used to describe seasonal changes in atmospheric circulation and precipitation associated with the asymmetric heating of land and sea. Usually, the term monsoon is used to refer to the rainy phase of the seasonally change pattern. Although technically there is also a dry phase, the term is sometimes incorrectly used for locally heavy but short term rains. The major monsoon system of the world consists of Western African and Asia Australian monsoon. The inclusion of the North and North and South American monsoon with incompleted wind reversal has been debated. The term was first used in English in British India and neighboring countries to refer to the big seasonal winds blowing from the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea in the southwest, bringing heavy rainfall to the area. So, if I talk about the history of the monsoon, then strengthening the Asian monsoon has been linked to the uplift of the Tibetan plateau after the collision of the Indian subcontinent and Asia around 50 million years ago. Because of studies of record from the Arabian Sea and uh, that of the wind blown dust in the Loess Plateau of China. Many geologists believe the monsoon first became strong around 8 million years ago. More recently, studies of plant fossils in China and new long duration sediments record from the South China Sea led to a timing of the monsoon beginning 50 to 20 million years ago and linked to early Tibetan uplift. Testing of the hypothesis awaits deep ocean swamping by the Integrated Ocean Drilling Program. So, the monsoon has um, varied significantly in strength since this time. So, largely linked to the global climate change, especially which is if I say uh, significantly strength since the time, largely linked to the global climate change, especially the cycle of ice age. A study of marine plankton suggested that the Indian monsoon strengthened around 5 million years ago. Then during ice period the sea level fell and the Indonesian seaway closed. When this happened, cold water in the Pacific were impeded from flowing into the Indian Ocean. So it is believed that the resulting increase in sea surface temperature in the Indian Ocean increased the intensity of monsoon.